What's up, Snow Pros? Lyndsey here. We went to the tour of the Never Summer Factory in Denver, Colorado to see how snowboards just like these are made. Come check it out.
First up, what we have is our core production. We get all our raw blocks of wood. So the first thing you do is you cut that block of wood to length, then we shape it with the side cut specific to that model. And then we're going to glue sidewalls onto that board, and then its board is ready to be cut off into slices of core. So each one of the blocks of wood has 6 or 7 cores in each block. A couple more steps need to be done to drill out the inserts and then profile the core, which gives the board its flex. After the profiling of the core, it gets punched out to the actual shape of the snowboard. And then we move into the base production where the bases are on a punch press and they punch each base out and we bend the edge and then it's put onto the base. And it's a very intricate process where you're attaching the edge to the base with a bunch of clips and they're tacking it on there with a glue just to hold it in place till it gets laid up with an epoxy permanently. We head over to our print shop after that, and we saw where all the top sheets are printed in high definition, high resolution on thin paper. Basically, you're sublimating the ink into the plastic, and then that top sheet, we put a clear coat of tape over it so we don't damage it during production. And then we went up to our layup stations where from the base, we start with the bottom of the board from the ground up. Is the inside of the base is saturated with glue, and then we lay perimeter rubber on that board, and that's the bonding process. After the board is laid up, it goes into the press for 12 to 15 minutes. And after each board is pressed, it's pulled out and quickly inspected. First step of quality control, peel that board out and make sure there's no dimples, dents, imperfections in the board. And then we got to start the cutting process where they'll cut out excess material around the side cut of the board. The tips and tails are cut by hand with a jig. Then we got to drill out the inserts because the top sheet of the board will cover up those inserts. And then at that point, then it comes the sanding and finishing stages where each board is put through grinders to grind off the sidewalls. Tips and tails and edges are all cleaned up. And then we go to the base of the boards where they run through grind right machines with an 80 and then a 120 and then a 220 to make it snow ready. Each board is ground, between 20 and 25 times to get all of the imperfections out and get it snow ready. Once it's been ground and ready for the wax, we'll put a thin coat of factory wax just to keep the board sealed, get it ready for snow. Then we bag them up and ship them on out to our partners worldwide. But all of the design, all of the manufacturing, all of the distribution is done from one location. So that's pretty unique for Never Summer to be able to do all of this in one spot. From a concept to an idea, to a design, to production, and to us writing it and testing it. That can all happen within a day or two. So pretty neat process.